Connor Bedard's entry into the NHL has been met with unprecedented anticipation. Touted as a generational talent, comparisons to legends like Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby have set a high bar for the young center. However, as he embarks on his professional career, it's crucial to temper expectations and consider the challenges that lie ahead. Connor Bedard's rise to prominence began well before his NHL debut. His dominance in junior hockey, particularly with the Regina Pats in the WHL, set him apart from his peers. Over 2 seasons, he consistently led the league in scoring, demonstrating exceptional skill, vision, and hockey IQ. His standout performance at the World Junior Championships further elevated his profile as he broke tournament records and delivered in high-pressure situations. Bedard's ability to score at will and create opportunities for teammates led many to draw comparisons to legends like Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby. These comparisons, while flattering, created an unrealistic framework for evaluating his early NHL performances. The media and fan base began to expect immediate dominance, overlooking the natural adjustment period required for any rookie entering the league. The NHL's centralized marketing machine also played a significant role in amplifying the hype. Bedard was promoted as the new face of hockey, with advertisements and social media campaigns, building anticipation for his debut. This narrative, while beneficial for the league's visibility, added another layer of pressure for the young player. Connor Bedard's first games with the Chicago Blackhawks showcase both his potential and the challenges he faces in transitioning to professional hockey. The NHL is a different environment from junior leagues, characterized by faster play, tighter defensive systems, and physically dominant opponents. While Bedard's skill set remains evident, he has found it more difficult to generate offense consistently. In his first month with the Blackhawks, Bedard demonstrated his ability to handle the puck in tight spaces and make plays under pressure. However, his production fell short of the lofty expectations placed on him. Part of this can be attributed to the quality of the roster around him. The Blackhawks are a rebuilding team, and Bedard does not have the same level of support as other young stars who entered stronger lineups. Additionally, opposing teams have focused their defensive efforts on neutralizing Bedard, recognizing him as the primary offensive threat for Chicago. This level of attention can stifle even the most talented players, especially those in their first professional season. Bedard's ability to adapt to these challenges will be critical in determining his success in the NHL. The hockey world has a long history of comparing young talents to established legends. In Bedard's case, he has been frequently compared to players like Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby, 2 of the most dominant forces in the modern NHL. While these comparisons may serve to highlight his potential, they also create unrealistic expectations for immediate results. Connor McDavid entered the league with similar fanfare, but his transition to the NHL was eased by his unique physical attributes, including unparalleled speed. Sidney Crosby, on the other hand, joined a Pittsburgh Penguins team that was beginning to build around other high draft picks. Bedard's situation differs significantly. His Blackhawks team lacks depth, placing a disproportionate amount of responsibility on his shoulders. These comparisons also ignore the varying development paths players take. Not every generational talent reaches their peak in their first few seasons. For some, growth is gradual, requiring years of experience to fully realize their potential. Measuring Bedard against players who have already established themselves as all-time greats creates an unfair narrative and could undermine his achievements if they don't immediately align with these expectations. The Chicago Blackhawks are in the early stages of a rebuild, a process that often takes several years to yield results. Bedard's role within this context is pivotal, but also precarious. While he is undoubtedly the centerpiece of their plans, the lack of established talent around him could hinder his development. In recent years, other rebuilding teams have faced similar situations. Players like Jack Hughes and Rasmus Dahlin entered struggling franchises and needed time to find their footing before becoming dominant players. The Blackhawks will need to manage Bedard's workload carefully, ensuring he is not overburdened by expectations to carry the team single-handedly. Chicago's front office has expressed a commitment to building around Bedard, but that process will take time. Drafting complementary players, signing free agents, and developing a cohesive system are all necessary steps in creating an environment where Bedard can thrive. Until then, his progress may be slower than fans and analysts hope for. Off the ice, Bedard's influence is equally important. talent. As the face of the franchise, he is tasked with representing the team during a period of transition. His professionalism and work ethic have already drawn praise from teammates and coaches, but maintaining this composure under constant scrutiny will be a challenge in itself. Connor Bedard's talent is undeniable, but the narrative surrounding him requires balance. The weight of being labeled a generational player is immense, and the hockey world must allow him the space to grow into his role. The pressure to meet expectations in every game is not only unrealistic, but also counterproductive to his long-term development. For the Blackhawks, managing Bedard's development means providing him with support both on and off the ice, surrounding him with skilled players, offering consistent coaching, and shielding him from unnecessary distractions are critical components of this process. Success in hockey is rarely an individual effort, and even the most talented players need a strong foundation to reach their potential. The story of Connor Bedard is still in its early chapters. While his debut has been underwhelming in the context of the immense hype, it is far too soon to draw conclusions about his future. Bedard's journey in the NHL will be shaped by his ability to navigate the challenges of professional hockey and the support he receives from the organization and its fan base. For now, the best approach is patience. Connor Bedard has the tools to become a transformative player, but his development must be allowed to unfold naturally. The path to greatness is rarely linear, and the hockey world must embrace the process rather than demand immediate perfection.